Does the NIRA laser make you look worse, or you're not seeing the results you want? So today I'm going to give you 5 reasons and 5 solutions so you can get the best results from your NIRA laser. I've been using the NIRA laser for many years, so today I'm going to share my experience, the good, the bad, the ugly, so you know what to expect and how you can get the best results. So now let's get to it. Hi, this is Darcy and we are live. And today the video could totally be an edited video because I have so many things to share with you guys, lots of tips and lots of things that you will actually really helpful to you to get the best results. But since we're live, at the end of the video, I will make sure to put timestamps below so you guys can navigate and all the tips. And of course, at the end, I'll put all the links from any video, any product that I mentioned on the description box below so you can check it out. And also on that note, I'm going to be talking about a lot of things. As you can see behind me, there's a lot of products, but I'm not saying you need all of this to get the NIRA to work. I just literally dug in all the things I have so I can give you as many examples of things you can use in combination to help you get the best results, or even things you have at home. And that's why I'm giving you a lot of examples, but because you're bound to have at least one of the things I'm mentioning. And if you don't worry. I'm also going to talk about things you can make at home, DIY, skincare, that I have tons of recipes that you can just open your refrigerator and use it and still help you. And I'm also going to share what I've been using that has helped me, and I'm going to share my experience. So it's going to be a very long video, so I apologize for that, but stick around. And if you are live, make sure to put your questions and we're going to hang out at the end of the video. Hopefully I get through everything I want to talk about. I might have to make a part 2 because I do have to pick up my son later today, but I'm here on live. I'm here live because I want to be able to get your questions as well, because a lot of you guys have questions. I have answered on the comments a lot of your questions, but being live is great because I'm going to be sharing those tips, and then you can tell me what you've been doing and ask more questions if I don't address in this video. And if you don't catch this video live, please make sure to put your questions on the comments and I will make sure to answer them as well. So hi Sherry, good to see you here. If you are joining in live, put your question in and we're going to get to them at the end of the video because I have tons of things to talk about. I have tons of notes, so I will be looking at my notes to make sure I don't miss anything and I keep on track. So I have been using the NIRA laser. Oh yeah, first of all, what is the NIRA laser if you don't know what it is? The NIRA laser is a non-fractional laser that you can use at home to help build collagen. It helps to, the main thing is build collagen, but it helps with other things too, like broken capillaries, which I have seen some little, but not so much so far. I have been using the NIRA laser for a while. I will also put on the description box my NIRA playlist because it shows all the videos that talk about the NIRA laser, my before and afters, more tips, even more tips too. So if I haven't talked about any of the tips in this video, you can watch those. Anyway, so check out the NIRA playlist if you want more information about the NIRA itself, because this video is talking about things you can do and what to expect when you start using this tool, because it is a very expensive tool. So I want to make sure that you can get the best results you want, and I'm a very honest channel, so I also going to share my experience of what you can expect when you start using a tool, because tools require consistency, but they also give you not side effects, but there are things that can happen when you're using a tool, and I'm going to address on this video as well. Because just to start, when I first started using the NIRA was the precision laser. Was when it first came out. There was no YouTube video about it because I've always been a skin tools addict, which I'll talk about in another video. I have tons of tools that people haven't even talked about that I bought like 10 years ago that I still have it, and I will talk about it too with you guys at some point. But I bought the NIRA when it first came out. There was literally not much information about it. I used it for like a month, the precision, and I returned it because exactly, I was thinking it was looking worse. I was like, is this really working? What is this? I don't know much information about it. So I returned it. I think it was more than a month. I can't remember, it was many years ago, but it was at least a month or more. And I didn't like it and I returned it. And I talk about it on my NIRA video that I introduced the the NIRA Pro, which just came out now, that I actually return my precision. So I'm right there with you. If you're using it and you think it's getting worse or you're not getting the results you want, I'm here to help you, because same thing happened to me. I actually return it, which on that note is a good thing to know that they do have a 90-day return policy. So even if you use all the tips in this video and you still don't like your results within 90 days, you can return it, and you should if you don't like it or if it's not working for you, because we will address everything on this video. So hang in there, because I'm probably going to address every single question you guys have asked, because I've experienced myself. So yeah, so just to get out of the way, I did return my NIRA Precision when I first purchased, as soon as it came out, because I didn't like my results. I felt like it was a lot of dryness, which I'm going to address on the first tip. But I just want to give you a little background information so you know I've been using this tool for many, many years. And honestly, the Precision is still my favorite. It's still the best one for the eye hoods to really tied up this area, and we'll talk about that. And I have tons of before and after, so check out the NIRA videos for that. They recently came up with the NIRA Pro, which is for the whole face, neck, décolletage, and hands. And I've been putting to the test. I've been slacking off on it a little bit, but I will have my updated before and afters probably the end of this month or next month, so you guys can kind of see my progress, because right now I'm only using the NIRA and I'm not using the other tools. I'm going to talk about it today, so I'm going to start talking about the things I've been using, which is just skincare with the NIRA, and it's so important. That's why it's going to be the first thing I talk about it, but I wanted to give you this background so you know where I'm coming from. So now I've been testing the NIRA Pro and the Precision, and so far I still like the Precision better for the eye, but obviously it's an expensive tool. I'm not saying you need both of them. You can totally use the NIRA Pro on your eye area. Just be really careful when you do it, which I talk about on other videos, but you can use on the whole face and eye. And the Precision, the main difference is that. So that, just to get out of the way. So let's go over the first reason that you are thinking or you're seeing that your skin is getting worse or you're not getting the results. The first one is not hydrating enough, and then I'm gonna tell you how to hydrate enough. Because on past videos, I have talked about how hydration is the most important thing with the NIRA Laser, and I cannot emphasize it enough, but a lot of times I didn't show you how to hydrate. So today I'm going to talk about how to hydrate, because it is different than if you were just, moisturizing your skin, because normally we moisturize your skin, and that is a given. But I find that with the NIRA, specifically the Pro, you need to amp up your hydration. Otherwise, it will look worse. You may feel like it's getting worse, because when your skin is deeply dehydrated, it will look like you have more wrinkles. And that's what happened with my Precision when I first got it, and I returned it for that reason, because I wasn't hydrating enough. I mean, I was putting my moisturizer and eye cream, and that's it, and maybe a mask a couple times a week. If so, I can't remember, it was a long time ago, but I did not like my results. I felt like I was getting more wrinkles, and that's why I returned it, which I talked about it before. And then years later, they reached out to me, and then by then there was a lot of NIRA videos with great results, and I was like, I'll give it another chance, and I'm glad I did, because it's still my favorite, the Precision, which, anyway, I'm not going to ramble about this. Recently, I'm testing the Pro, and I have some pros and cons so far from my experience using it. The pros is that I did see results, but I have been extremely hydrating, which I'm going to show you exactly what I'm doing. But I've noticed with the Pro, it is more dehydrating. I find that this dries my skin more, and I find that because it is a bigger head, they say it's the same strength than the Precision, but I find it stronger. Even though it doesn't feel that it hurts, it does feel stronger. And obviously, since you are covering a bigger area, you are going to see more dehydration, especially if you're older, and I'm 46, so that is also something that I'm going to talk about on this video. If you're an older skin, more mature skin, your skin is more dehydrated than normal. So I'm going to talk about the things I have been using. So making sure my notes, I cover everything from this section, because I want to make sure I cover everything. Yes, so now let's get to not hydrating enough and how to hydrate. Hydration sounds really simple. I'm going to put this down now. Hydration sounds really simple. You think just moisturizer, but it is more than that. So what I find that has been working with me, with the NIRA, I'm going to start with the things I'm using. Again, doesn't mean you need to get them, but you can find things that you have at home that could be equivalent. One of the things I've been using that really help, and I've noticed when I stop using this, I feel tightness, I feel more dehydration using the NIRA Pro, is the Super Cica Daily Quick Mask from Medicube. Yeah, this mask, not just saying, is amazing. This one is actually all done. It's a sheet mask that you use daily, and it's only 5 minutes. So what works for me is I do the NIRA Pro, and immediately, oh, by the way, very, very important. When you use your NIRA, regardless of the Precision or the Pro, you have to do it on a fully cleansed skin. Don't put any moisturizer, don't put any creams. That is very, very important too, and it's part of the hydration. You hydrate after, not before. That is important too. You don't want to have anything on your skin because it could actually, you know, hurt, and also it will create a barrier between your skin and the laser, so you don't want to do that. So make sure you're not putting any serums or any creams before your NIRA laser. Fully cleanse and dry skin, and then you hydrate. So as soon as I do the NIRA treatment, which I have tons of tutorials on my channel, I pop this out, which is the Super Cica Daily Mask. I ran out of this one. It's empty, but I always have like at least 2 replacements available here. And I got my mother-in-law into this mask. You can use any of Korean sheet masks because they are amazing. This one is on my favorites, and it's a daily mask. I like it because it's gentle enough to use daily, and it's only 5 minutes. So boom, put the NIRA, pop this mask out, 5 minutes, I'm done. And then I either put sometimes the Medicube. I do like Medicube, but again, you can use a regular sheet mask that you have at home from any brand you like, and then make sure you put a serum and a moisturizer. I do the daily masks, but I also do once a month a deeper hydration treatment, and that's what I'm gonna talk about too, but we'll get there. And we're gonna go through all the stuff that I'm not currently using, but is also really good to use with the NIRA. So this one, guys, is a serum or a essence that is fantastic. So if you want to get one thing from this video, get this. Super affordable and it's life-changing. It sells on Amazon, and I'll put the links at the end of the video. I haven't put all the information because I want to make sure what I get through the video, and then I'll put those on the description box if you're interested. I bought it on Amazon.com. Is the Advanced Snail 96 Mucin Power Essence. This is life-changing. If you haven't tried it yet and have dry skin, even if you have regular skin, try this. It's extremely hydrating, and I find that this is making a world of a difference while using the NIRA Pro, since I'm finding it more dehydrating, and the fact that I'm 46, I'm already having more dehydration. So this is a must. So I do the daily mask, and then I use this. Or sometimes it's very hydrating, so sometimes I just use this sunscreen and I'm out the door. Or if it's at night, I like to use either my triple deep erasing cream from Medicube, which I have talked about it many times on my channel. It also helps with collagen and it's super, super hydrating as well without breaking me out, because I'm acne prone. So everything I'm talking about in this video is safe for acne prone skin. None of these things broke me out, which is very important. And this one from pharmacy, amazing. Like I use a couple times a week, sleeping mask. And again, I'm amping up the hydration, and that's why I'm emphasizing when I say hydration and how to hydrate is amp up your hydration, not just skin, normal skincare. Try a sheet mask a couple times a week or daily if you have time, or a night mask, which is a deeper, you know, more nourishing mask. And this one for pharmacy is already done. And I already have a replacement at home. If you haven't heard, I moved to an office, so there are things that I don't have here. So I just pick up this one, but I always have replacements of this one. If you haven't tried this mask, it's amazing. Is the Pharmacy 10% Niacinamide Night Mask. And a little bit goes a long way. And some days, and that happened too when I amp up my the level on the NIRA Pro, which I'll talk about it on this video. I start on level 1 and then I amp up to level 3. I felt my skin a lot drier. So sometimes I would even combine. I would do my cream followed by the night mask, because this particular night mask is actually the last step of skincare. So if you buy this mask or if you have this mask, you can put all your skincare, and then the last step is this one to lock it all in, and you wake up with baby skin. So I find that this really has helped to not have the dryness from the NIRA, so the NIRA can work, because you have to think about the NIRA as a procedure. If you were getting a laser at a doctor's office, you will peel, you will have like some downtime. The NIRA doesn't give you downtime, but it takes time to work. And if during the time that the NIRA is building collagen, which by the way takes 90 days in general with anything that builds collagen, and you're not taking care of your skin, you will see some dryness and you will see your skin looking worse, because again, it is a treatment, but it is a procedure. It's just that it's gentle to use daily, but you need to not be careful, you need to be aware that you have to, amp up the step. And on that note, there's so many tools on the market. If you don't want to do this and amp up your hydration, there are other tools you can use too that can give you collagen production, and you may not need to add some extra skincare. So it's really up to you, and that's why I'm very honest on my channel to give you all the information you need, and everything I'm doing and using, I'm sharing with you guys because I am seeing results and I think this is helping. And skincare is great, but skincare is not going to give you the level of results of a skin tool, but it does help. So this is very important. That's why I'm telling you exactly what I'm using. So yeah, this one, really good. If you don't have this one, don't need to get it. If you are looking for a night mask, it is amazing. But try to use, a leave-in mask or a very nourishing night cream besides your daytime cream. Again, amp up your hydration. If you already have dry skin, try a daily mask, because I definitely felt a difference with the sheet mask for daily use. And on top of that, I do at least once a month, which I have talked about on my channel, is the carboxy gel treatment from, which is called Lumisk. And it's the CO2 lift. This is expensive, but it's so worth it, guys. By itself, it is a treatment. So if you wanna invest and do it like every week for 5 weeks, it gives you like a facelift. But I don't use it like that. I use it like once a month, and sometimes not even once a month, like once every 2 months, but I use it for deeply hydration, because when you use this, it hydrates your skin for one use 117%. But this is not just a mask. Again, I'm just telling you what I use, so then you guys see I'm getting results. This is what I'm using. But you don't need to get this, but try to find again a deeper hydration treatment that you can do at home, which we'll talk about some of the tools that can also give you the deeper hydration. But I, telling exactly what I use, and I use this at least once a month or every 2 months. It is expensive, but it is a cumulative treatment that if used consecutively, like 3 to 5 times every week, you actually get results like you would get from a tool, like a face tool. And I have, a lot of you, some people have reached out to me that they are, really amazed with the result. It's an esthetician treatment, so estheticians also do this treatment. So this is amazing. So this is deeply hydration. The way I use it is more for deeply hydration than, since I don't use it as often because it's expensive, but it is amazing. This is not just a mask, guys. I want to clarify, it is a treatment. So it's a deeper treatment than just a regular mask, and I do at least once a month or every couple months. I want to try to do this like once every week down the line, and then see, document to you guys my results. But I love this, especially when my skin is really depleted, or if you have an event. When you do this mask, it's not just the one-time effect. You can feel your skin just like really, really recover from it. Also good to do with lasers or microneedling. It is, again, a treatment, not just a mask. That's why it's expensive, but I have been using once a month, once in every month. So that's what I've been using. So this is what I've been using while I'm doing my NIRA Pro, and I have been seeing results. I find like my face is looking really good, and I'm even finding that some of the dark spots are getting lighter. But on that note, I have been, the ingredient that I've been using too is niacinamide, so it can be attributed to that. But the NIRA also claims to help with dark spots. But as far as collagen, I definitely find my skin more plumper, even my pores smaller, which I'll have a NIRA Pro video with my before and afters. I have the 30 days, which I also, check on the NIRA playlist. I'll leave the link if you want to check out, because I do zooms and you can see exactly my results. I mentioned this because I am getting results, and some of you guys are reaching out to me that you are getting results, and some of you are reaching out to me that you have not seen results. So that's why I'm commenting what I've seen so far and what exactly I'm using, so you can try to incorporate something like this in your routine with the NIRA Pro, because it is an expensive tool. You want to make sure you get results, and that's why I'm here, and that's why I'm doing this very long video. So this is what I'm using, which is basically just skincare. I'm not using microcurrent right now. I'm not using any of my other tools. I'm just using the NIRA Pro and the Precision, and I actually have been slacking off a little bit, but I'll get back on it. So I will give you an update in probably at the end of the month or November, and there'll be my last update, so that way you guys can see which kind of results I got, because I have other things to try it out. But on my channel, I like to focus on that so you can see the results. So that's all I'm using. So other things that I want to talk about as far as skincare that you can use that is really, really powerful, that also helps amp up your hydration. And those are just things I have. If you have them, great. If you don't have them, don't need to get them, but I will mention because they are very powerful too. One thing I want to talk about, which I have been using on and off for a while now, is OneSkin. And this is the eye one, and I purchased this myself. They actually recently sent me a PR as well, which I'll have a OneSkin video, but I'm not currently using it. I did use a couple times, just, you know, to be completely transparent, because I had a, which I'll talk about another day, a very bad reaction to an expired face mask that I had at home. Just FYI, I don't use expired skincare, and especially if you have, anyway, it burned my face so bad. So this was really good for that too. I did use LED lights, but I did use this as an emergency. So this is a OneSkin. This is the face cream, and this is the eye cream. And this is truly amazing. A little pricey. I do have a coupon code with them as well, and I'll put it in the description box below. But this is actually proven to revert aging. It is expensive because they have like tons of tests. And the people that actually created this are Brazilians, which is really cool. That's why I actually bought it as soon as it came out. And I had the subscription for the longest time, but I kept stopping using it because it is expensive. And also I test other things. And I didn't want to like try this with other tools, because by themselves, this is actually a pretty advanced skincare that can give you like face tools results. So I didn't want to like I didn't want to try this with face tools and then confuse the results. So I will try down the line to just use the OneSkin, which I ran out of the face cream right now, so I'm not using. I had a little bit left, and then I put on my face when I had the allergic reaction. And it really helps to calm down your skin. So if you have acne, rosacea, and my son had really bad eczema, and I had used on my son the body cream. I actually originally, a long time ago, bought the body cream for myself, and I ended up using on my son because he had really bad eczema and psoriasis, like really bad skin reactions, especially because he's lactose intolerant, so he would get really bad rashes, and it was the only thing that worked. I actually took a before and after. I have to find out on my phone, because I was going to make a dedicated video on this, and I still will. I'm a little behind on things. I moved to this office, and anyway, I'm doing home remodeling. That's why I've been kind of not posting as much, because I lost my office at home. And this office, anyway, not going to get into, if you're here for skincare, I don't want to get into it, but that's why I haven't been posting as much. But I'm trying to get my things together for posting a lot more October, November. So keep an eye on it. I will definitely make a dedicated video. This skincare works. It is expensive, but definitely, if you can afford it, it would definitely take to a next level if you use it with the NIRA Laser, because it is very healing. Again, it has ingredients that are scientifically proven to revert aging, which you cannot say that to a lot of skincare in the market. So, and I have attested from using on my son, like with eczema, like I put it on and the next day it will be gone. And many times I even use prescription creams and it will not be gone. So I have to find the photos, but I definitely feel like this works. But it is expensive. I do have a coupon code, but that's one of the reasons I haven't used as much. But I always had the subscription, and then I pause it and I start over. Anyway, so in a nutshell, this, if you have it, use it with the NIRA, or if you don't have it, it's something that if you can afford, would definitely take it to the next level. For sure. OneSkin, amazing. Another skincare that again is expensive, you do not need it, but if you can afford it, or if you already have it, use it, is the Neogenesis Recovery and the Neogenesis Eye Serum. I'm not currently using them, but I have purchased them, I have used it in the past, and you guys always ask me what is a good eye serum. I don't recommend a lot because it is pretty pricey, but it does last a long time. And again, a lot of times when I'm testing devices, I don't use these things to not confuse the results. But in the past, when I did use it just by themselves, it is also next level skincare because it uses stem cells. And stem cells, that really, what stem cells do to your skin is really help to recover the skin and also revert aging. And this is a professional company that you can get from estheticians. You can buy it online as well, and I'll find the links and put in the description box below. And it is a professional type of skincare, but it does really help, especially if you are concerned with wrinkles and you're using the NIRA. It does help with wrinkles, but this will really amp up your results, which I'll talk about later on this video too, that NIRA will give you results, but there's also limitations to your results, which I'll talk about it. But if you want to amp up your results, definitely either choose the NIRA Genesis skincare line, which is the recovery one, is just like a liquid that you put it on and absorbs right away. And it's also really good to use with microneedling or any sort of procedure like laser procedures, and really recovers your skin fast, as well as helps with those wrinkles and skin cells. Is amazing. And the eye serum is also amazing, really good. This is very old. I haven't been using, again, this stuff I'm talking about I'm not currently using, but when I did use it in the past, it worked amazing. So this is kind of next level skincare. Another two things I want to talk about, this one is the Derma Lect Self-Esteem Beauty Sleep Serum. And this one has glycolic, salicylic, and L-ascorbic acid, but it's kind of gentle. So I'm going to show you right here. And I'll put the links at the end of all the stuff I'm talking about. This one is a treatment. You don't use it daily. You use it at night, a couple times a week. And especially if you're using the NIRA Pro and you're finding like your skin is looking really depleted or dry, or you are using the same hydration, but you're still finding like, I need my skin to recover like ASAP. This is something that I highly recommend you try. Not too much because it is an acid, but a couple times a week. Even when you use it once, the next day, it really shows the results of plumping your skin and also getting rid of that dehydration, because it is exfoliating. So a lot of times too, the dehydration can be, especially if you don't exfoliate a lot, the skin just kind of, the old skin just piling up. That could also cause the more aging effect if you're using a skincare laser and you're not using enough hydration. This is something that you can incorporate, or again, find something similar to use a couple times a week. But make sure when you're using the NIRA to wash your face really well so you don't have any residue of this, because it is an acid and you do not want to do this, the NIRA on top of it. Another thing I want to talk about is that the NIRA has a hyaluronic acid serum, which is good. But in general, guys, I will tell you off the bat, you do not need it. And there's also a warning. If you're using a hyaluronic acid serum for hydration, this is very important. You must spray your face with water, or do it right after your face. You wash your face so it has a little damp, and then put the hyaluronic acid. Otherwise, the hyaluronic acid could also be the reason your skin is super dehydrated while using the NIRA Pro, because NIRA has a hyaluronic acid serum, but I think a lot of people may use the hyaluronic acid serum incorrectly, and it really depends where you live as well. If you live somewhere that's dry, like I live in California, you must put some hydration before your hyaluronic acid serum, because otherwise it will pull the moisture off your skin. So this is also something to keep in mind if you are putting hyaluronic acid serum and a cream and you still find your skin looking dehydrated with the NIRA. Could be that too, so be careful. Spray with water. It's just safer to do that, and then put the hyaluronic acid serum, and then put your cream, and then continue the hydration, which I know I'm repeating myself, but it's so important. But if you're using hyaluronic acid serum, either the NIRA or any brand, make sure you do that. Otherwise, you're actually depleting your skin from hydration, because what happens with hyaluronic acid is that it pulls the moisture from the air and it plumps up and holds the moisture. But if there's no moisture on the air, it'll pull the moisture from your skin. So that it could be something that could be happening to you. So be careful if you are using the NIRA with hyaluronic acid serum and you still find that it's super dry. So you can try to use that tip. And on that note, the NIRA the NIRA hyaluronic serum, the NIRA hyaluronic acid serum is a good one. But I also have a DIY hyaluronic acid serum on my channel that you can make it at home, and I'll put the link on the description box below. So you can do it yourself or use it any brand you like. You don't have to buy the NIRA. Another cream that I'll talk about that I just purchased, but I'm not currently using, that you guys raved about it, and I have a couple YouTube friends that have talked about it, is the Adipose Active Face Cream. And this one, I'm not currently using right now, but I bought it because I want to test it out for you guys after I'm done with the NIRA. I did use once to kind of like see how it felt on my skin. And what I mentioned on this video is that because it's extremely hydrating. So if you are somebody that's older and you are losing the fat on your face, the fat pads, which we'll talk about it on this video as well. As we get older, we lose collagen. And we also lose fat pads. I have plenty of fat right now. I actually need to lose some weight. But I find that when I use the NIRA Laser, when the collagen builds up, is enough for me to feel the plumpiness under my eyes, the plumpiness on my cheeks, because I'm 46. So right now I don't have a lot of fat loss. But if you're older than me, you may be using the NIRA Laser, which I'll talk about it today. I'll just mention right now, that's why I mentioned the Adipose. You may be using the NIRA Laser, and the NIRA Laser will not take the fat out of your face. It will build collagen. But if you're older, even with the collagen build from the NIRA Laser, it may not be enough because you may be depleted on fat off your face and also bone, which we'll talk about in this video as well. But on this category, I'll probably mention this twice, but the Adipose helps to actually replace and help your skin to produce the fat, and it's so like unbelievable, like a new technology that's, you know, this brand invented and is working for a lot of people. I'm not using it right now because I have enough fat, but I used it once just to see how it felt, and it's extremely hydrating. So if you have the Adipose, definitely use with the NIRA Laser as a night mask, and that will do two things. One, help the collagen, help the fat to plump up, and extremely hydrate your skin. So I highly recommend. And if you, I also bought it to do a review for you guys because you can use this as well as a preventive. You know, I'm 46. I'm actually premenopausal right now. I mean, perimenopausal they call. We'll have another video about that. So at that time, we're going to start losing collagen like crazy. So it's nice to kind of do it preventive as well. This is also kind of expensive. I don't have a coupon code, or I bought this myself, but I'll put the video from my friend Claudia Glows. She has an amazing review on this, and she used it for many, many months. That's how I found out about it. And you guys have mentioned to me many times, and I also recommend it to people, and that's why I bought it. But obviously, if I use it, it's not going to see a lot of difference. But for hydration or prevention, I definitely recommend, and I'm not using it right now, but I will start using down the line and give you feedback. But I'll put the link for Claudia's video on the description box below. If you're older and have a lot of fat loss from your face, the NIRA will help with collagen. It will not help with fat loss. So this is something that you can try to get it and help. Oh yes, one thing too that I'm going to put in the description box below is DIY face masks, because there are things you can do at home. Like, you don't have to buy expensive skincare. You can literally open your refrigerator and pick up a few things and make some masks that I have done many, many years. I actually started my channel with DIY skincare. So if you dig up, like, I'm YouTube for 10 years. If you dig 10 years on my channel, there will be tons of skincare, because I actually have extremely sensitive skin. And for many, many years, I did my own skincare. I did all my own things, because whatever I bought stuff from the store, I would use it and it would give me horrible rashes. And now I find with all the new, few years from now, all this new trend of clean skincare, now it makes sense to me, because I probably was allergic to some of the ingredients from the past. Now I can use more skincare, but I still get allergic reaction for certain things. And that's why my DIY skincare, you can make at home. It's super affordable, especially if you spend so much money on the NIRA Laser and you do not want to get expensive skincare or too many things. Try the skincare masks I will leave on the description box below. There's the turmeric one, which is life-changing. And those things are face masks that you make at home, so make sure you keep it on the refrigerator if you do it. The turmeric one, you can actually use it daily, and that recipe I made it myself. I tested myself. I'll leave the video on the description box, and I was a lot of tests on the mask to not stain your skin, so that one doesn't stain your skin. And turmeric is actually known to even affect your skin DNA. So even if you have money to buy expensive skincare, try that mask. It's unbelievable. I'm not currently using it because it does require me to keep on the refrigerator and use it daily, and It's a little more work, especially with my son. He kind of picks on my face if I have face masks, another story. But in the past, that's all I used to use, and skin tools and face masks, and my skin was the best. So check out the turmeric DIY face mask, super affordable. You can reach out to me if you don't have some of the ingredients, you can substitute, but that mask I highly, highly recommend, especially with the NIRA. You can use that mask daily, because when you do the batch, it lasts like 7 days, and I would suggest keep on the refrigerator for 7 days and use daily, and you will see your skin will be plump, your skin will be smooth, hydrated. It's all kinds of good. Another mask that you can make at home, also super hydrating, avocado. Avocado is so good for your skin, guys, and it's something that you can just buy in the store. Super hydrating, highly recommend. Use a couple of times if you're using the NIRA Pro to get the hydration back on your skin. And also yogurt mask, super simple, Greek yogurt, boom, on your face. You can use it daily, a couple of times a week. Is brightening, it's moisturizing, and is a natural lactic acid. Also have the mask on my channel, put in the description box. So I will put the whole playlist of DIY if you want to check all my masks, but at least those 3 highly recommend for dehydrated skin, especially if you're using the NIRA Pro and you don't need to break the bank. You can just open your refrigerator, go to the supermarket, and then slap those things on your face, and they work. Trust me, they work. I wish I was doing that right now, but I also love the skincare I've been testing, and I'm very fortunate to have a channel that I can test lots of things. But when I didn't and money was tight and my skin was super sensitive, I honestly just used the things I made at home. And I even made other skincare, which I'll talk about in the future, but those are my true, tried, and done and tested by me, so check it out. But I also want to talk about the tools that you can use to hydrate your skin if you have them at home. If you don't have the tool at home, don't need to run and buy it. I'm just mentioning because I do have them, and I know a lot of you do have, so they work really well with the NIRA Pro to get that extra hydration. Sorry, we're live, so I kind of like went ahead, but I definitely want to mention this was the skincare part that you can do to super hydrate your skin. And now I'm going to mention the skincare tools that you can also do to super hydrate your skin if you have it, okay? If you don't, just do the DIY masks or the other things I mentioned. Let me talk about this one, because this is literally like hydration on steroids. This is the Medicube booster shot. And I have shown like in shorts on my video. I bought this myself, not sponsored. I do love Medicube, guys. I do love their stuff. I have tons of stuff. I will do my studio tour one of these days, and it's literally like Medicube everywhere because I buy them in replacements. So I have tons of it. Looks like I sell them, but I don't. I just buy tons of it when they go on sale, which I think they might be on sale now, guys. I think it might be 40% off now. I'll have to check. They always go on sale and I buy tons. Anyway, so I bought this myself, and this is a super hydrating tool that makes it you absorb 500% of your skincare. They do have a collagen glow bubble serum that is insane hydration, but you don't need to use with this. You can use with any of your serums or face creams. You just put on your face, and I'll do a dedicated video on it because I haven't been using honestly with the NIRA because I don't want to do other tools with the NIRA to not influence my results, but that's why I haven't done the video yet. But as soon as probably November, I'll be done with the NIRA, and then I'll make a whole video on this. And yeah, so this one, if you have it, highly recommend, especially if you have dry skin. You do the NIRA first and do this after. And I also, on that note, have a video of tools that you can combine with the NIRA Laser, and I'll go into more details on that video, and I'll put that in the description box below because I'm going to just fly through these tools so I can get through the whole tip for you guys. So yeah, HR Booster from Medicube, highly recommend. Another one that if you have, and I know a lot of you guys do, is the UFO, for UFO with the Make My Day mask, which is the hyaluronic acid, or any other masks, but this is the cheaper mask that they have, and it's super hydrating. And this one, I have full review on my channel, so if you have the UFO, use it with the NIRA after, because it really also, similar to the booster, it helps to penetrate the skincare deeper in your skin, and also has LED lights, and it has vibration therapy, cryotherapy. It's really good. I still love the UFO, and sometimes when my skin is depleted and I just need to pick me up, I still pick this up. So it does work, still one of my favorites. And if you have it, use it. If you don't have it, don't need to run it because I'm going to mention tons of things. So see which one you have so you can use it. Another one that I feel like super hydrating is the droplet. The droplet, I still overdue to do the video because I will mention why. I find that it's a really good tool. If you have it, and I know some of you do, use it with the NIRA for sure. Amazing to use with the NIRA. As soon as you're done the NIRA, use the collagen hydrofiller capsules with the droplet, and we'll put the NIRA treatment to the next level because you really plump up your skin from deep inside if you have it. I do like the droplet, but I find it is a little bit of a splurge just because you have to invest on the capsules. That's why I haven't done the video yet, because I do recommend. I still love having it, but there's so many tools in the market right now that I want to make sure you really need it. But if you have on your budget, definitely recommend. It's super, like, I love all their skincare and it does work, but the drawback is that you have to invest on their skincare and use it. Another way that you can use the droplet as a treatment, use a few times a week as opposed to every day. But if you do use every day, you will see results. But I recommend, but I think is a splurge. So don't go run and get it, but I actually bought it myself. They sent to me, and I even bought the newer one, which I'm overdue to do the video comparison. But I do recommend, but if you have it, use it. And on that note, the Lemieux has this tool here, which is also amazing for hydration. And you can use your own little skincare concussions. You can buy the activator, and this is actually used by skincare like estheticians, and you can buy it online. And you put the activator or a serum, or a toner that is, very kind of watery in there, and you can put a couple of drops of your favorite serums, or Lemieux have amazing serums as well. This is extremely hydrating to the skin, and the mist helps to penetrate on your skin very deeply. Not as deep as the droplet. I find that the droplet will go deeper, but this is what I like about this better than the droplet, is that you can do your own concussions, so you can use the skincare you have. And there's so many different combinations. So if you do have this, or you're looking for something extremely hydrating, I highly recommend. I've been meaning to do a dedicated video on it, but I have a good friend from YouTube, Jen from Aloha Jen Beauty blog, and I will for sure put her I'll put her video from the Lemieux, because she does even some concussions that she tried, like some mix that she tries with some of this serum, so you guys give us some ideas. She has a great video on it, and so definitely put her video on the description box if you're interested on this tool. But I definitely recommend, if you want to use your own skincare and get that deep hydration. And the Lemieux has amazing ingredients in skincare, but it's kind of expensive, so you can combine with your own as well. So I do love this one for deeply hydration. And you just put it on this little cap here, and you turn it on, and then you spray it, and it just comes out the mist. Anyway, so that is for deeply hydration. And the last one for deeply hydration, that is kind of like in the border of hydration and also other tools, is the zip. But when you use the zip, the setting that I would suggest for deeply hydration is called Founder's Favorite, because it uses nanocurrents, so it just pushes the ingredient in and helps your skin to be more moisturized, stimulate collagen. So if you have the Zip Halo or any other zips, make sure you use it with the NIRA. It will be also next level to help amp up your hydration. So sorry, I'm zipping so fast, because I have lots of stuff to cover. So yeah, that's that part. So now we're gonna go to tip number 2, which is the one I just talked about, that is kind of like borderline what I just mentioned. Combining with other tools, but overdoing it. Yes, combining with other tools, as I mentioned before, is great, but you have to be careful. Not all the tools, they can be combined with the NIRA, but if you overdo it, instead of getting better results, you'll be getting worse results. And that's why I want to talk about it today, because I do have a video that I definitely suggest you guys watch, because I go into a little less speed up review of stuff you can use with the NIRA on that video. But today I want to just kind of focus on why you're not getting results and how you can get better results. So for example, for too much or too many things on your skin is not a good idea. Even if you have the best tools in the world, if you overdo it, you will not get the best results. So it's very important to keep that in mind, guys, when you are using skincare tools. It's nice that you can use these tools at home, but they're still tools, and they're still affecting your skin. As I mentioned, it is a laser, it is a procedure, and uses heat. So be really careful with that when you combine with your other tools, which I will go over right now. So you have to be aware of what this does. This creates heat deeper in your skin layer to stimulate the collagen. And it is drying, as I mentioned before. So for example, I know a lot of you guys have LED lights, and I'm talking about in general, not just the Adora. But for example, if you're using LED lights with the NIRA Laser, is a great combination. However, LED lights can also be drying to your skin. So if you are somebody that is finding your skin looking worse while you're using the NIRA and you're an avid LED light user, be careful with that. You can use, but maybe if you're finding your skin too dry or not looking your best by combining the NIRA with the LED lights, bring it down the usage of LED lights. Instead of using every single day, use it 3 times a week, twice a week, at least until you can get the results with the NIRA. So that way you're not overdoing your skin. Still great to use the NIRA, don't get me wrong, but it is something you have to pay attention. If you have the NIRA and LED lights and you're using together and you're not liking the results, try to kind of like lower the usage, or the NIRA or the LED lights, and make sure that, as I mentioned before, extra hydration, especially if you're mixing with LED lights and using the NIRA, you need to amp up the hydration. Get a daily mask, get a night mask that you can use, because you are really depleting your skin from hydration, which even if you use LED lights a lot or overuse it, it is great for your skin, but it can be a little dehydrating. So by itself, it can be a little dehydrating, but you may not see as much dehydration. But when you combine with the NIRA, then you are not harming your skin, but dehydrating, and that might be a reason you're not seeing results or your skin is looking worse. So keep and pay attention to that. Another thing I want to mention, as far as combining the NIRA with other tools or overdoing it, oh my gosh, I have so many things here. So I'm going to put the Adora down, is when you're talking about radio frequency, which you guys have asked me a lot. And I'm going to include the Medicube Ucera as a radio frequency, but as you guys know, it's not really radio frequency, but a similar idea. I have a review on all these tools if you want more information about them, but specifically this two, you gotta be really careful and pay attention when you're using this with the NIRA, because in general, radio frequency, if you're not familiar, also uses heat to build collagen. So if you're using the NIRA every day and using a radio frequency every day, you may be doing too much, and that may be too much for your skin, and maybe that's why your skin is not looking so good. So I don't think it's necessarily harming your skin, but if you overdo it, you can't, because putting too much heat on your skin can actually deplete the fat pads. Not that any of the stools depletes the fat pads, they don't. But keep in mind that these tools are not tested together. They're tested apart. So the NIRA by itself will not take your fat. The Medicube by itself, Ucera, will not take your fat. The NIRA by itself will not take the fat from your skin. But if you combine them too much, you are overheating your skin. And since they're not tested together, you may be doing more harm than good. So be really, really careful. I think, honestly, I would suggest if you're using a radio frequency device, wait until you are on the maintenance mode to include the NIRA if needed, because radio frequency will also build collagen in your skin. So if you're using a radio frequency and you find that you need something else, you may want to get the NIRA, but try to do that in the maintenance phase. For example, the NIRA, you originally use it like 5 times a week, and then when you're in the maintenance phase, you use a couple times a week. And then if you want to include the NIRA, you can use the NIRA, which I'll talk about it too. They suggest you use daily, but I will talk about that on this video as well. So let's say you use the NIRA daily as suggested, and then the NIRA a couple of times a week or even once a week, and not on the same day than the NIRA. Very important. So that is with the NIRA or devices that are similar with the NIRA that use heat. With the Medicube Ucera, this is like you only normally use once or twice a week. So this one is a little easier to kind of work with the NIRA. Just make sure you're not using on the same day. Or if you find that your skin is not looking that great, try using this once a week and then the NIRA on the days that you're not using. I forgot at home my Nebulift. The Nebulift is another radio frequency device that is more gentle. The Nebulift is a lot of gentle heat. Oh, I wish I have it here. I might, but I didn't. Again, I'm talking about a lot of tools, but I definitely mention the Nebulift on my other video that I talk about combining with the NIRA, so watch that one. But the Nebulift is a radio frequency that's a lot more gentle, but you have to use the Nebulift daily for 10 minutes, and it also has heat. So if you have the Nebulift and you want to use the NIRA, I would suggest, again, not using on the same day. Maybe use the Nebulift one day and the NIRA one day. So that way you're not overheating your skin. And again, if you find that your skin is not looking so good, you also have to pay attention yourself and see what works for you, and then maybe bring down the Nebulift for less times a week or the NIRA less times a week, and make sure you do the 90 days. That way you can give enough time for the collagen to build, but also keep paying attention not to overdo your skincare. Because I know at this point, I mean, your face tools, we all have lots of tools and we want to use all at the same time, but you have to know how to use them together and not overdo it, because you might be doing more harm than good to your skin. So pay attention to that. That is super, super important, especially when you're using tools that have heat. And in case you are somebody older, concerned about fat loss, and you are already doing what I mentioned, like using the NIRA with the radio frequency at the same time, highly suggest to get the Adipo, because that way you can prevent the fat loss or replace any fat loss that might happen if you overheat your skin. So that's why I find this really cool. And I'll put the link to my friend's video because I think she has a coupon on this. I don't. So that is something that I definitely want to mention to you guys. Tools are great, but you have to know how to use them together so you don't overdo it. And also always good to give your skin some breathing room. You know, not do tools in one day. Leave a couple of days without nothing. Just let your skin rest and also allow the collagen to build. Overdoing, my theory is always less is more, and being patient, you get the best results. So that is something really, really important. Make sure, I'll look at my notes here. Oh, wow. I know it's already super long, but hang in there, guys. I'm giving so much good information for you guys, and I'm sure that's going to be information for everybody on this video. So make sure to look at the timestamps if you are joining in right now, because I'm going to put lots of timestamps so you guys making sure. So LED lights, radio frequency, not on the same day. Okay, let's go to 3. Using too high settings too soon and too often, which kind of goes into what I just mentioned, but specifically to the NIRA, this is really, really important, which again, I'm sharing my experience. When I first started using the NIRA Pro, I started on level 1. So when you see my 30 days results with the NIRA Pro, I used on level 1 and I still got some results. Technically, I mean, not technically, really, I could have started on level 5 because this is not too hot. Like, it doesn't feel hot. It doesn't feel painful as the NIRA Precision, which I mentioned before. I still use on level 1 or 2. I don't go higher than that. On a note, that's very important. You do not need to go use it on the level 5 to get results of these tools. You can use it on a comfortable level and still get results, and I'm proof of that. And I also find that because I start slow, I think that is also a very important thing and a secret for you guys, because I've noticed through watching other reviews or other comments that people saying, I use on level 5 and I'm not seeing results, or I use on level 5 and my skin is looking bad. So that might be the reason. You might be doing too much, too soon, too high, too soon. Again, give time for your skin to breathe, to get used to it. And that actually is on any tool that I have reviewed on my channel. Always start slow. Even if your skin can handle, start slow. It's always better to give space for your skin to heal, to grow, and to get used to the skin, to the tool. So I started the NIRA Pro on level 1, and my results before and afters are from level 1. My Precision, I still only use on level 1 or 2 when I use it, and I find that I always got the best results from those low settings. And this one is quite painful, so I actually cannot go over level 2 anyways, but that is just a side note. But with the Pro, and then on the next month, which I'm testing right now, I went to level 3. And I found that with level 3, I could totally not use it every day. I found my skin felt super dry, which I'll talk about in my review when I do my before and afters with the Pro. So I was, the NIRA suggests you use twice a day, every day. But depending where you start and where your skin are, you have to observe. If you're using the NIRA and you're finding your skin looking dry, or you're not looking the results you want, maybe cut down on the usage. Maybe instead of using twice a day, use once a day. Or maybe if you're using on level 5, try to lower to level 1 and just use it more often or less often. Again, look at your skin and your schedule and pay attention. You have to adjust according to your skin. What worked for me may not work for you, but if something is not working for you, adjust it and see what works, because everybody's different, every skin is different, and my skin may be different than your skin. So that way you have to adapt. So I found that for me, the sweet spot is level 3, but not twice a day. I would use level 3 maybe 5 times a week or even 3 times a week. And I found that worked for me. I know that kind of gives some room to slack off, which I did, but I did feel like giving some time for my skin to rest was a good thing. And maybe that's why I have been seeing results. So I'm gonna drink some water. So sorry, 1 second. Anyway, sorry, I'm kind of flying through, but I will put everything on the description because I find this information really good for you guys, from my experience. And I always answer your comments, and sometimes when I answer the comment, it may not be as clear. So that's why I want to do this video too, because I have talked to a lot of you not in person, like individually, about the things I'm talking about. But doing this video is so important because I do want you guys to get the best results. This is expensive, so I don't want you to invest in something that is expensive and not get the results. So that's why I'm sharing my experience, what has worked for me, but also see what works for you. And again, if it doesn't work for you and you don't want to do it or don't like it, return it. That's the good thing about the NIRA. They do have a very good return policy. But I have been seeing results, and I want you guys to see results. So try these tips and see if it works. So for sure, start slow, level 1, and then maybe the next month build up to a higher level. But I don't know, like I don't find it going to level 5 right away, or again, depends on the person. I don't find that using the NIRA on highest level, I don't find that yields the best results, because I tried going higher and I felt my skin not burnt or anything, but just didn't look as good. So I'm on level 3 about 3 to 5 times a week, not twice a day. And they suggest you can use twice a day, but again, you really have to amp up the hydration if you want to do that. So make sure that works for you. So that is something really important that I want to mention for you guys. So yeah, let me look at my notes because I want to make sure I don't miss anything for you guys. Yeah, so level 3, level 5. Yes, another thing that is really important. I'm glad I look at my notes. I'm 46, and I find that when I was younger, my skin was always combination skin, but it was never super dry. As I'm getting older, my skin is getting drier. So I'm finding that makes a difference too with the NIRA, and I find that's why maybe I cannot use it like every single day, like 7 times a week, because I find it's too drying for my skin, even with the extra hydration. So the sweet spot for me is, again, 3 to 5 times a week, once a day. But if you're younger, your skin may be able to handle more. And that's why I find that some of the subscribers that are younger comment like, I'm getting amazing results, I'm using it daily. So it may work for them. So again, see what works for you. But if you're somebody older, in your 40s or in your 50s or 60s, pay attention to your skin, dryness and the skin you have, because it is different than somebody's younger that is using the NIRA maybe just for fine lines. I know as we get older, we want to build the collagen. We have so many other needs, which will be now reason number 5 and solution number 5. So keep in mind that if you have aging skin, you may need to add extra hydration and maybe kind of adapt the many times you use the NIRA so it doesn't add to the dehydration that you already have. So that is my true honest opinion from my experience. So yeah, so now let's go to reason number 4 that I combine with reason number 5 because they go really well together, and those are the final reasons, which will go, and then I will open up to the chat. So reason number 4 and 5, age and expectations, which was a great transition because that truly matters. My needs are different than your needs and everybody's needs. So you have to pay attention to your age as well when you use the NIRA. The NIRA will help with fine lines. The NIRA will help with build collagen. It does, light up the dark spots. And they say the broken capillaries. I've seen some broken capillaries, but again, there's other things too that help with broken capillaries. So I've seen some results with broken capillaries. So again, it depends on the person. But I'm mentioning this because every age has needs. Somebody younger may just have some fine lines and that's it. But somebody older will have not just the collagen loss, but will have bone loss and will have fat pad loss. So you have to also take into account the limitations of the device. This device will not, even though it's expensive, the other day I said it's so expensive, you can buy me coffee, bring me, everything at home, because it is expensive. So you have to keep in mind that it may not do everything you need if you're older. You may need to use with other tools. And again, I have a whole video talking about that. But I find that if you're younger, the NIRA might be enough and you may see the results you want and that's it. But you also have to keep in mind the expectations. You cannot expect the NIRA to do everything you need. You may need something else to complement it. And on that note, what does the NIRA do for ages? It helps with the fine lines and stuff and the collagen. And for me at 46, I find that when the collagen builds up, I feel more plump and I don't need because I don't have fat loss. I do have some bone loss, but I did use it, the oil lift recently, and I find that this is an amazing tool to use with the NIRA. I'm not currently using with that, but on that note, if you're older and you're using the NIRA and you're not really getting all the results you want, because again, you have bone loss, fat loss, and you may need more than the NIRA can give you. And that is okay. You can use the NIRA for 90 days. If you find that it's not giving the right results, or if you don't like the results it's giving you, you can return it, or you can try to combine with other tools and see if it gives the results. So if you have the oil lift, which I talk about on my channel so many times, is a tool that goes on your mouth. And I'll put the oil lift playlist on the description box as well. It goes inside your mouth and it helps to shift the bone to a more youthful position. It also helps with the muscle. And using with the NIRA, I think is great because the NIRA builds the collagen that this one doesn't build collagen. But doing that shift will really help you get more results from the NIRA. If you have the oil lift or if you're interested, they go well together. Another tool that I find that goes really well together with the oil lift, with the NIRA, is microcurrent. Either the Bear or any of the zips. Why? Because microcurrent lifts the muscle and NIRA works on the skin. And that is also a very good distinction, especially if you're older. The NIRA will not lift per se. It will make your skin more firm. It will help with the wrinkles. It will soften the wrinkles, but it will not make them go away, because a lot of the wrinkles that we have, as you can see, I have them here too. I don't have Botox or fillers. They are because of muscle. So if you're interested on the NIRA, but you're expecting the NIRA to lift your face and take the wrinkles and address all your skin age needs, it may not work. It may not be giving you the results you want because of it. But if you have microcurrent, definitely combine with the NIRA and it will give you better results, because microcurrent, any microcurrent tool that you have, will help lift the muscle. And the NIRA will help to firm the skin and will help to build the collagen. So it's a great combination, especially if you're older. I know that, I think they always say, NIRA facelift. It is a facelift, but it won't actually lift per se unless you use it with microcurrent. So that is also something to keep in mind when it goes along with age and expectations, because again, somebody younger may not need a lift and the NIRA might be enough for them. Somebody older may be using the NIRA and is not enough of a lift or a change, because you might have a lot of loose skin or the muscles are sagging. And again, the oil lift will address the bone loss. Or if you're older, definitely if you're older, Adipose will be the only thing that will help with the fat pads. And in case you did use the NIRA for 90 days and you see the collagen built up and you're looking, that definitely shows some improvement, but it's not enough, then again, it is the limitations of the device. It will not get you. It will not lift you. It will not bring you coffee in the morning, even though it's expensive. It's something to keep in mind. I know I'm joking, but it is true, guys. You have to also know the limitations of the device and what you need. Every person is different. So add a microcurrent and see that helps you. And give it time, because collagen takes time to build. It does. And also, if you have, this one is the Meisama, which is like a gua sha, which I do like it. I find that is really good too, because it does have vibration, so it will not lift as much as microcurrent. But this is also really good to relax the wrinkles and help you, give you more of a lifted look, and also helps with depuffing your face. So again, I'm just giving you many options of things you can use to improve your results with the NIRA, or things that the NIRA will not address, which NIRA will not address puffiness. So if you have like puffiness under your eyes, it's not the NIRA. It doesn't do that. So again, I'm mentioning the limitations from age as well as expectations. That way you know that if you're not getting the results you want, it may just be that it might not be a good fit for you, or you may need more things to get those results. And obviously everybody's different, and that's why I'm giving you all this information so you can take it and apply and see if that helps you get the results you want. And if it doesn't, you can return it with 90 days. And it's okay. It's okay to try something and see if it works for you. So far, is working for me, and that's why I'm taking the time to do this video to help you any way I can so you can get the best results as well with the tools that you have. Again, do not need to buy all this. I'm just mentioning because that's the stuff I have, and I'm sure you guys are bound to have some of this, because just like me, if you watch my channel, we're a little bit of a tool addicts. But again, every tool is different, and you have to know the limitations and also manage your expectations. So let me look at my notes last time here, making sure I talked about everything that I have here, and we're gonna go into the chat. And I'm so happy you guys are here with me. Thank you so much, Sherry, for hanging in there. Sorry it's a long video. Yep, NIRA won't fix everything. I have it right here. I wish we have one tool that we just kind of poof, it fixes everything. But depending on your age, it may not. It would definitely improve, but depending on your age or expectations, you may need other things. That was my notes. So yeah, so important thing, realistic expectations, your age. Oh yeah, bone, collagen, fat loss. I talk about that. Microcurrent, radio frequency. And yeah, and give it time, guys. It takes 90 days to really build collagen, and that is with any tools. So, giving some time and have patience, and I'm sure you're going to get the results you deserve. And try, ask me questions if you have any questions that I have not addressed in this video, because I try to be very, very thorough. Sorry, English is my third language. Very detailed on this video, and I know it's long, but I will put timestamps with everything I talked about it. And I hope this video was helpful to you. I'm gonna go into the chat right now. I love you guys so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time. Bye, and let me know on the comments below if you are, and I'm gonna put here, hi Sherry, I'm glad I'm able to watch you. Thank you so much, Sharon, for being here. I love it. I love Sherry always have the best comments, and I know my lives haven't been so consistent because so many things have been happening lately. I'm doing house, my house is a mess right now, dust everywhere. I literally have my desk in the living room. We lost our dining room. You know how it is with remodeling. So I have this office, but not everything is here. So I'm trying to get everything together. You know how it goes with remodeling. But October and November, I'll try to be more consistent. But lately, Fridays have been working for my lives, guys. So let me know in the comments if work for you. But at least Friday, I try to get my week, together and come on Friday. And I love doing these lives, and I'm glad I was able to get some of you online. Thank you for being here. Yes, Sherry, I'm doing well. I hope you're doing well as well. It's been, again, I just mentioned, a lot of changes at the end of the year, but good stuff. My health is doing great. My son's health is doing great. Finances are not so great, but I'm hopeful, and a lot of changes. I'm excited to share. I don't know if I told you, but I want to start doing esthetician school, which also a lot of research, looking for financial aid. I'll get there, guys, and once I start, I'll let you know, because I'm hoping to do that too, because I'm really passionate as, yes, and I'm really passionate about skincare and, teaching you guys, and I love doing skincare to my friends and family. I've been using the Zip and also the Medicube HR booster on my mother-in-law, and it's looking so good, guys, and she loves it. And she comes, I have a massage table at home, and I like pampering her, and I send a lot of stuff to my mom. So I love helping people with their skin. So I think like becoming an esthetician is like a natural thing for me to do. And also I love to share with you guys the knowledge that I learned in school, so that way it can help me even more with my YouTube channel. But it is expensive, esthetician school, so I'm trying to figure out how I can afford it. But anyway, so that's what's going on, Sherry and everybody. And yes, I'm trying to wait till it goes on sale for the NIRA. Yes, I'm sure they're gonna have a sale for the Black Friday, and just as you guys know, I'm gonna have a NIRA giveaway coming up soon too, so keep an eye on my channel, Sherry. The giveaways, I'm gonna try maybe to the next week, because I'm gonna be giving away a NIRA Pro. So yes, guys, so come back on my channel. I will have the giveaway announcement soon. So, and by the way, guys, when I do giveaways, not a lot of people enter, and you have a huge chance of actually winning, because since I'm not as active on social media, I don't post as much. So whoever posts usually you know, some even my friends have one other, like I've done like NIRAs on Instagram that NIRA send out to them, and some of my friends won, no pun intended. NIRA chose the the winner, which was so funny. And this one I'll be doing with the generator, you know, like so I'm not choosing the person, but whoever posts. It's probably going to be next week, so I'll let you know when and I'll be giving away a NIRA Pro. I love doing giveaways for you guys, and so Sherry, keep an eye on that. Maybe you can get it. You can win the giveaway. That'll be very cool. Yeah, and either way, NIRA will have tons of sales at the end of the year with the Black Friday coming up. As soon as I know about the sales, and I do have a coupon code with NIRA as well that I'll put in the description box below if you want to save some money. And all the links for everything I talk about will be on the description box as well, guys. But yes, so I'll keep an eye on my channel for that. Yes, Sherry, I have heard a lot of good things about OneSkin. Sherry's talking about OneSkin. And funny enough, I also bought OneSkin when it first came out before any YouTube video, mostly because I love the women behind this brand. They are all Brazilians, and they have doctors on like science, and they study actually, like they create an actual human tissue in a lab, and they test this on human tissue that they created, and they even patented the technology so other companies can use some of their technology to test their skincare. So they made, I watch all the podcasts they came up with because I love, I'm actually going to start doing a podcast as well. Maybe I can get them to come on my podcast, so keep an eye on that. I try to figure out the technology and my schedule to do more. I shot one, but I'm still editing. I'm so behind. Again, I don't have an office at home, and this is not so close to my house. So I'll get there, guys. But in a nutshell, love OneSkin. And I did purchase myself when it first came out. I got subscription for both of them. Now I do like the eye serum. It's really good, but I cannot afford to have 2 subscriptions, so I only have the subscription for the cream right now, and they just sent me some eye cream, which I'm so grateful. And they did give me a coupon code now for OneSkin, so I'll put that in the description box. I have not used consistently as much, but I do like using it, especially on and off. I found that I saw results right away with when I was using it, especially if I have any sort of irritation or need healing like my son. And I even took the photo. I have to find it because I was going to make a dedicated video, which I will as well pretty soon. And I definitely recommend. It is expensive, but it lasts about like 2 months, I think, each 2 to 3 months, depending how often you use. But the technology is super advanced, and I love that they actually share some of the technology for testing skincare with other brands, and that was really nice of them too. So they're very smart women and Brazilian, so I wanted to support them. So I got it like when it first came out and use it on my son. And I even comment on some YouTube videos that talked about it in the past that I've been using for a while, and I like it, but I just haven't had a chance to do a video, and I will for sure. But I highly recommend, if you can afford it. It is very like a breakthrough technology on skincare, and I really, really like it. So that's that. And I do have to go. The video went out a little long, guys, because I wanted to make sure to talk about everything. So I do have to go because I have to pick up my son in school, and traffic in LA is crazy, so I do have to go. But I love that I was able to do this live for you guys. And if you missed the live, make sure to ask your questions on the comments, and I'll come back and reply, because I have seen a lot of your comments that some people had great results with the NIRA, some people didn't, and I want to help the people that didn't, because I have been seeing results, and you guys know I'm a very honest channel. Of course, as I mentioned on this video, not every tool will give you everything you need. You have to know the limitations and the age, and also use the tool correctly and do the things you need to get the best results. So hopefully this video was enough to help you, to guide you to get the best results. If you have the NIRA, or if you don't have the NIRA, to give you some suggestions, or if you get the NIRA, what you can do to get the best results. And in case this is not a good match for you and you want something else, they do have a 90-day return policy, which I think is really good, and I use it myself when I first purchased the NIRA years ago. So I can tell you from many years using it that it does work, but it does require some work from your part to make sure you hydrate, make sure you use it correctly, and also have the correct expectations. So thank you so much for watching, guys. I love you all so much. I hope you're healthy and safe, and I'll see you next time, and have a wonderful weekend. Bye. Bye, Sherry. Thank you.